So this month we're going to be talking a little bit about how coaches think and why we do some of the things that we do, whether that be scaling you up or scaling you down, and what kind of we're thinking about and what we're looking at. So the first thing I want everyone to know is that we as coaches think long term for all of our members, and a big piece of that is we want to make sure that every workout not only gives you a good workout, but make sure that you're able to come back tomorrow and that you feel good, okay? So when we are going through, we always do movement preps. I try to watch each one of you do the movements that were in the workout, and this gives me a good idea of how comfortable you are with the movement, if you are still learning the mechanics of some of these movements, and just where you're at with it weight-wise. So some things that I might tell you to drop weight sometimes, it'll rely on a couple different factors. Normally I'll have each of you show me 3 reps, and if you show me these 3 reps and you did them, but there was any struggle at all, and then I look up at the workout and see, man, this person has to do 50, maybe even more than that for the whole workout, and you struggled with 3, that would be why I would say, hey, I think for the best part of this workout, if I want you to get through it in a certain timeline and I want these movements to look a certain way, you're gonna have to drop weight down to make that happen, okay? And we know this from a couple different ways. One is just by watching you do a couple movements, and we have history with you guys. We've seen you go through workouts that are either similar, have similar rep schemes, similar movements, and we learn a lot from you about yourself. So developing that relationship, that long-term relationship, we can look at workouts and kind of know what would best work for you. Coming back to that longevity, or we want you to be able to keep training longer, if your movements are breaking down on half of the movements in the workout because of the weight, the likelihood of you hurting your shoulder or back or whatever movement that we're doing increases substantially. So that's why we might ask you to drop weight. We are thinking long term. Now we'd like to get into the movements we do in CrossFit are powerhouse movements, meaning that they get the most bang for your buck when you do them. You're working out your entire body, your core, your back, your arms, everything's being worked out. That being said, these movements aren't done by a lot of people. It's because they require coaching, and there's a learning curve. There's a progression that you have to do. You aren't gonna learn a squat snatch in one day. It doesn't matter if you have the best coach in the world, it takes time to develop these movements. So understanding that going in, if I've been doing CrossFit for a couple months and there's squat snatches in the workout, yes, I need to come to this workout. I don't even care if I'm using a PVC pipe, because that's an hour where I can develop this movement. So that workout has now changed to you, not really a strength base, a developing the movement base. Okay? Depending on what the movements are in the workout is how you'll approach the workout. Is it something that's gonna make me better at these movements and I'm gonna go through the technique and scale the weights accordingly to get better at that movement? That's what we want you guys to do. So moving forward, the mindset that I would like you guys to have coming into workouts is realize that you're not doing the movement for the rep to count, right? You're doing the movement because you know it increases your strength, whether it be core strength, pulling strength, whatever it is. And the only way to get that strength built up is to do the movement with proper mechanics and repeat that over and over and over. So try to change the mindset on doing these movements to get stronger and better at them, not just for hitting the standards and going as fast as I can. You want to really work on making these the best movements you could possibly do. So let's move forward in this next week. Still push hard on the workouts. All of these will be still hard workouts, but the weight that you're using should be something that you can maintain proper mechanics through every single rep that you do. Maybe if you're pushing really hard, the last 2 or 3 might break down a little bit, but that should be about the gray line of where we're at. All right, guys, thank you. Let's have a great month.